Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. So we dragged this Honda TRX200SX out of the weeds, and I did what we call the oil and roll stage. Put air in the tires and they seem to be holding the air, at least for a little while. And I lubricated things up, the chain and so forth, so that it will roll. It even sounds better. From yesterday, you guys saw that the back shock was with us, and I did some lubrication here on the front end, and we have, I don't know how well you could see it, but anyway, it bounces now. So those are all very good things. The nice thing about taking the time going from spot to spot, oiling it, is it gives you a chance to look at the frame and notice if there's, you know, any cracks, any problems like that. And this frame looks good. I'm really not seeing any issues. So all positive. Even the mounts, it seems that most of the stuff is here, which obviously makes me happy. The next thing I always do is I pull the spark plug, because you don't want to hydro it, especially if you're using the electric starter. I wanted to make sure that, you know, it pulled smooth. So that's all good. So we're done with that stage. The next thing, given that it rolls and it seems to steer and so forth, brakes, wow, it seems to have, there's something there. That might just be for the reverse lockout. Probably is, because the back isn't hooked up. So the front brakes are probably flat. Front brakes are probably seized. Not much of a surprise there. So anyway, now that it'll roll and bounce and do all those things, I could see the engine's loose. It's time for a compression test. So for the compression test, she only came up with 90. You know what, I'm going to put some oil into the cylinder and see if it does a little better. So I put some oil in the spark plug hole, and came in about 120. That's not bad. This thing's been sitting for a while. You know, probably it's going to have to get outside and run, as in, you know, get romped around a bit. The rings might have to reseat themselves. It might have to clean itself up in there a little bit. You know, the rings have to actually loosen and kind of seal a little better. It's not bad. Typically, I've seen these things, if they're over 80 or 90, they'll normally start without any trouble. If they're under 80, I've managed to get them to start by kind of, while you're turning them over, if you mist starting fluid into them, so that it really doesn't have to atomize it itself, they'll kind of start. But I'm happy 120 will get me by. Hey tubers, it's getting close to get this thing started. And just to kind of review, these are the things you need for your engine to start and run. Compression and the sound engine, we checked that off. Starter, right, we know the recoil works because we've tried it, and we know the electric starter works. The carburetor is easy, that's just a matter of me bolting something on. What we're coming up to is spark/timing. I know this engine has a magnet on the flywheel that triggers a pulse generator, and I know I have compression and it's halfway decent, so I'm sure the timing's good. Now it's a matter of getting to spark. And what I'm going to do is I want to see if the ignition system is good on this thing, but I lost the key. So I'm going to separate now and do a if you lost your key for your 200SX video separately, and then I'm going to do a start video. For somebody who needs, like, how do I get my 200SX running without a key, they're not going to want to go through this entire video to see that. And some of you may already know how to do this, so you don't want to watch it. So I'm going to make this one separate, and then I'll come back and we'll do a start video. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching and commenting and subscribing. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.